Good morning. On behalf of Rains ISD, it is a privilege to stand before you today to welcome each of you to our Veterans Day Assembly, where we gather to pay tribute to the men and women who have answered the call to serve our country with courage, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication. Today we honor not only their service, but the values they embody: resilience, loyalty, commitment to something greater than oneself. To our students, let today be a powerful reminder of the freedoms we enjoy each day. Let it inspire us to live with the same courage and sense of purpose that our veterans have displayed. To our veterans that will be introduced in a moment, to their families, you remind us that true heroes walk among us every day. And your example shapes our community and strengthens our schools. Please know that Rains ISD is forever grateful for your service and your sacrifice. It is through your efforts that we enjoy the freedoms that allow us to learn, to grow, and to come together as a community. Thank you for joining us today, and may this Veterans Day be a meaningful reminder of our shared commitment to honor and to serve one another. Please help me welcome at this time Mr. Wyatt Cook, who will address the importance of Veterans Day.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Wyatt Cook. I am a senior here at Rains High School. On behalf of the entire Rains High School student body, I would like to thank each of you for your attendance today. I asked the student body to think for a moment. What would our lives look like if we didn't have people willing to sacrifice their lives for our freedom? I hope that we wouldn't think of Veterans Day as just another time we say thank you to the people we pass, but would realize just how blessed we are to have people willing to protect us. Many may wonder, what is Veterans Day? Today is a day when we pause to honor the brave men and women who have served our country with unwavering dedication. Those of you sitting in front of us have defended our freedoms, protected our values, and demonstrated the true meaning of courage. We choose to not only celebrate your sacrifices today, but also reflect on the profound impact your service has had on our lives and this nation. You serve as a reminder for all of us to appreciate our liberties we enjoy and to recognize the price that has been paid to secure them. The entire district would like to thank you for being here, and we hope you feel our love and appreciation for you today. Please welcome Rains ISD Assistant Superintendent of Student Services, John Portwood, who will introduce the veterans.
Gary Whitten, United States Air Force, Staff Sergeant, served in Europe and Libya, in Germany from 1966 to 69. Was deployed in Libya during the Israeli War in 1967. Expert marksmanship. Mr. William Gadsden, Sergeant, United States Army. Served in Germany, United States, Panama, and Korea. Received awards of Personal Valor for Air Assault Badge, NCO Development Ribbon, Overseas Service Ribbon, 3 Good Conduct Ribbons, 2 Army Achievement Medals, an Army Lapel, Jungle Expert, Expert Rifleman, and Expert 45. Ms. Elaine Davis, Staff Sergeant, United States Army. Served in Germany, received Good Conduct Medal, 4 knots, Women, Army Corps, Army Texas National Guard, and Army Reserve. Mr. James Pickle, United States Army 25th Infantry Division, E5, served in Vietnam, received Army Accommodation Medal and various other awards. Mr. Charles Benedict, United States Army Sergeant, E5. Vietnam 1st Can Division, 112th 4th Infantry Division, Fort Carson. Vietnam and Fort Carson. Combat Infantry Badge, Air Medal, Bronze Star, Vietnam Service Award, and Air Medal. Mr. David Robertson, United States Navy, E-4 Petty Officer. Mr. Neil Sanders, United States Army and United States Air Force Staff Sergeant. Mr. Patrick Harris, United States Marines, Sergeant, Operation Iraqi Freedom. 2 Navy Achievement Medals, 3 Good Conduct Medals, Operation Iraqi Freedom, Global War on Terrorism, National Defense, and Sea Service. Mr. Gary Harris, Sergeant E-5 United States Army, served in Vietnam, received the Purple Heart, received the Bronze Star with Valor, Army Accommodation with Valor, Air Medal, and the Vietnam Campaign Medal. Mr. Bill McBride, United States Army Specialist 4, with the Tanker Command. Mr. James Cook was a Sergeant in the United States Air Force, served in Vietnam. Mr. Don Heinert, Specialist 4, United States Army, D Battery, United States Air Reserve in Europe, Pershing Missile, served in Vietnam. Mr. Robert Wright, Corporal of the United States Marines, served in Vietnam, M60 machine gunner in 1968-69 through 2 Tet offenses. Mr. Lowell Chalk, United States Air Force, E6, served in Desert Storm, Air Medal with Device, Kuwait Liberation, Southwest Asia, National Defense, Air Force Commendation, Expert Marksman. Mr. Tommy Neff, E4, United States Air Force, served in Europe. Mr. Randy Davis, United States Army and Texas State Guard, Army Sergeant First Class, Texas State Guard Captain. Global, Vietnam, Panama, Korea, Pacific, Atlantic, Central America, and Asia. Received multiple awards of valor. Mr. Randy Davis. Thank you. Mr. Bruce Allen Messon Jr., United States Navy at E5, served in Desert Storm. Mr. Matthew Brobart, United States Army E5 Sergeant, served in Germany and Korea, received a Good Conduct Medal. United States Air Force, E8 Sergeant, served in Europe and Southwest Asia, received meritorious service. Mr. Marvin Hartog, E4, United States Army. Served during Vietnam as a sharpshooter. Mr. Matt Wallane, Staff Sergeant, United States Air Force. Served during Vietnam. Mr. Dan Curtis, Master Sergeant, United States Army, has served in 53 countries in 29 years. Received the Bronze Star, received 4 Meritorious Service Medals, and 8 Army Accommodation Medals. Mr. David Harvey, United States Navy, United States Army Sergeant First Class. Served in Vietnam, Desert Shield, Desert Storm. Personal valor include Dolphins, War Deterrent Patriot Pen, Aircrew Member Wings. Ms. Dana Durham, United States Army Sergeant, served in South Korea. Seated in the audience today is Mr. Walter Mosley, Army and Air Force Private First Class, served during World War II. He was stationed in San Antonio, Little Rock, Salt Lake City, and in San Francisco. Ms. Michelle King, Private, United States Army. Mr. James Latimer, Private First Class, United States Marines. Mr. Guy Brown, served in the United States Army as well as Coast Guard Search and Rescue. E2, Marksman. Mr. Dick Shutter, United States Army Staff Sergeant. Served in Vietnam and during the Cold War in Germany. Mr. Ronnie Metters, United States Army Sergeant, served in Bamberg, Germany, and Tacoma, Washington. Mr. James Suits, E5, United States Army, served in Europe. Doris Pritchard, United States Air Force, A1C, served at Andrews Air Force Base, Malcolm Grove Medical Hospital, and ER, received honorable discharge. Mr. Brett Carver, E4, United States Army, Operation Enduring Freedom. Jose Osorio, United States Marine Corps, E5, served at Camp Pendleton, received Purple Heart. Mr. Jason Hesbrook, United States Marine Corps, Sergeant, served in Operation Iraqi Freedom as well as Operation Enduring Freedom in Iraq, Kuwait. Presidential Service Medal and Distinguished Service Medal. Mr. Charles Barrow, United States Navy Seabees, E5, served in Afghanistan, Cuba, Guam, stationed in Gulfport, CV Combat Warfare Master Training Specialist, Global War Against Terrorism. Mr. Monty Barrow, United States Air Force, as well as CV's Navy. E6 Petty Officer First Class, served in the Middle East, the United States border, and Europe. CV Conduct Warfare, Meritorious Service, Global War Against Terror, and National Service Award. Mr. Brian Kelly, Sergeant, United States Army, served in Afghanistan, received the Army Combat Medal. Mr. Buster Rivers, United States Army Air Corps, Second Sergeant, served in the Hawaiian Islands. Mr. Cortland Jarrett, United States Navy Chief, served in Cuba on the USS Intrepid, USS John F. Kennedy, and the USS Nimitz. Armed Force Expeditionary Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Navy Expeditionary Medal, Meritorious Unit Commendation, 5th Good Conduct Medal. Mr. Charles Rivers, United States Army, M6, M60 ICL Gunner, Archon and Texas Faithful. Mr. Mickey Cooper, United States Army Specialist 4, served in Germany as military police. Mr. Michael Hall, Corporal, United States Marine Corps. Mr. Carl W. Petrie, United States Army Captain, served in Vietnam, National Defense Medal, Aviator Badge, Vietnam Service Medal, Vietnam Combat Medal, Army Commendation Medal, Bronze Star, Air Medal 2nd and 32nd Award. Mr. Chris McClaskey, United States Army Sergeant, Operation Iraqi Freedom, Global War on Terror. Army Combat Medal, National Defense on War on Terror, Iraqi Campaign Medal, Presidential Unit Citation. Mr. Ed Mateo, United States Air Force Master Sergeant, Vietnam, Korea, Thailand, and Japan. Distinguished Flying Cross, Meritorious Service Medal, 10 Air Force Accommodation Medals, United States Air Force Combat Action Medal, United States Air Force Outstanding Unit Award, United States Air Force Longevity Service with 4 Oak Leaves clusters, United States Good Conduct Medal, 1 Army Air Force with 4 Oak Leaf clusters, National Defense Service Medal, Vietnam Service Medal with 3 Battle Stars, Air Force Good Conduct Medal, 4 Oak Leaf clusters. Ms. Tanya Casey, United States Army Sergeant First Class, Iraq, Afghanistan, Kuwait, Qatar. Bronze Star, Meritorious Service Medal, Army Accommodation Medal, Army Achievement Medal, Iraq Campaign Medal, Afghanistan Campaign Medal, Global War on Terrorism Service and Expeditionary Medals, Korea Defense Service Medal, NATO Medal, Air Assault Wings, Order of Samuel Sharp. Mr. Heath Blaylock, United States Army Master Sergeant, served in Iraq twice and Kuwait once, Joint Service Commendation Medal, Army Commendation twice, Army Achievement twice, Joint Service Achievement, 4 Good Conduct Medals. Mr. Kenneth Francis, United States Army Sergeant. Served in the United States and Europe. Received for good conduct and Army Commendation. Mr. Dennis Fleming, United States Air Force, as well as the National Army Guard. E6, served in Vietnam. Mr. Landon Garrett, Specialist, United States Army, served in Afghanistan. Received a Parachutist Badge and Combat Infantryman Badge. Mr. Joe Bob Daniel, Sergeant, United States Army, served in Iraq. Mr. Antonio Kiefer, United States Navy Petty Officer, 2nd Class, served in Afghanistan, Afghanistan Campaign Medal 3 times. Mr. Cecil G. Moon, United States Air Force Staff Sergeant, Strategic Air Command in North Africa. Mr. Michael Vendetti, United States Army Staff Sergeant. This time, Mr. David Harvey, the Rains County Veteran Service Officer, will recognize the oldest veteran.
This is a tradition we've been doing for some time now, the oldest veteran. All of us served at different times. Some served a little longer ago than others, okay? So what I'd like for you to do right now, I'm gonna start off at the age of 80. If you're 80 or above and you can stand, please stand. If you can't stand, raise your hand, okay? All those 80 and above, please stand or raise your hand. All those that are 85 and above remain standing. All those that are 90 and above remain standing. All those that are 95 and above remain standing. '96, 97, 98, 99, 100. Mr. Buster Williams is your oldest veteran today.
Good morning. Would everyone please stand for the singing of the national anthem by the Rains High School Choir Club? Please remain standing for the U.S. Pledge of Allegiance by members of the Range Junior High Student Council.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, the Raids High School band will play each military service song. Veterans, when you hear your band play, please rise and be recognized. United States Army. United States Marine Corps. United States Navy. United States Coast Guard. United States Air Force. posting of the colors.
At this time, we'll have the candle lighting ceremony. We're going to light a candle for each branch of the service, as well as the widows of the veterans that are no longer here with us. I can find all my paperwork. Oh, I had it this morning. There it is, I'm in there. Okay. Mr. Matt Robert will now light a candle for the United States Army. Matt Robart served in the U.S. Army from 72 to 84. He exited service as a sergeant. His overseas duty was for 6 years in Germany and 1 year in South Korea. One of his highlights during his service was receiving the letter from the South Korean Chief of Staff. He received a letter of appreciation because of his involvement in finding and interception of the third North Korean tunnel under the Korean DMZ. The DMZ zone is what divides North and South Korea, and the North Koreans were trying to dig tunnels to get under the South, and Matt was one of those that helped out with finding out. And he got a real nice letter here. I'm going to read all of it. A letter of appreciation from Kim Chong-hun, General of the Republic Army of Korea. He was the chairman. Mr. Matt Robert, a United States Army veteran. Mr. Jason Hesbrook will now light a candle for the United States Marine Corps. Jason Hesbrook enlisted in the United States Marine Corps in 2000 as an infantry Marine. Upon graduation from boot camp and infantry school, Jason was selected to protect President George W. Bush in Washington, D.C. During Jason's 10 years of service, he earned the Presidential Service Medal and the Distinguished Service Medal. Jason Hesbrook, a United States Marine. Monty Barrow will now light a candle for the United States Navy. Monty enlisted in the Air Force in 1978, and he spent 3 years in Germany in the Hunsrück Mountains. He attained the rank of sergeant. He re-enlisted in the United States Seabees in 2003. He did 2 tours in the Middle East and a tour in the Arizona-Mexico border during Project for Border Patrol. He retired in 2018 as a petty officer first class with over 20 years of combat service. Monty Barrow, the United States Navy veteran. You can tell I need a secretary. Okay. Guy Brown will now light a candle for the United States Coast Guard. Seaman Guy Brown grew up in Irving, Texas. He joined the Army National Guard in March of 1983. Just a little side note, when he joined the National Guard, I was his recruiter many years ago. He attended basic training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. He went to advanced training in photography at Lowry Air Force Base in Colorado. He served in the Texas and Colorado Army National Guard. He was honored with discharge from the Guard, and after a short break in service, he enlisted in the Coast Guard in December of 1984. Went to basic training in Cape May, New Jersey, and then assigned to the Coast Guard cutter Mellon as a deckhand, which was homeported in Seattle, Washington. There he participated in law enforcement and rescue missions. He was honored with discharge in May of 1986. Ladies and gentlemen, Seaman Guy Brown, a Coast Guard veteran. Mr. Lowell Chalk will now light a candle for the United States Air Force. Tech Sergeant Lowell Edward Chalk, Senior Defensive Aerial Gunner, Instructor Gunner, flew on 24 missions during Desert Storm, was stationed at Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana. His awards include an Air Medal with 1 device, Air Force Commendation Medal, Air Force Achievement Medal with 1 device, Southwest Asia Service Medal with 2 devices, National Defense Service Medal, Expert Marksman Ribbon with 1 device, Combat Readiness Medal with 2 devices, Kuwait Liberation Medal, and Good Conduct Medal with 2 devices. He was honorably retired after 18 years of service in 1985. Mr. Lowell Chalk, United States Air Force veteran. Ms. Sue Metters will now light a candle for all the widows of the veterans. Sue Metters was born in 1946 to John and Maddie Anderson Sisk. She was reared in Rains County all her life. She graduated from Rains High School in 1964. She married Bobby Metters on June 21st, 1967. Was married 53 plus years until his death. Bobby Metters was born in 1939 in Doherty community in Rains County. J.W. and Lois Garrett Metters. He graduated from Emory High School in 1958. While working at the Texas Highway Department, where he was senior inspector, he was drafted in the U.S. Army on November 7, 1961, in the 7th Armored Cavalry. After his basic training at Fort Chaffee, Arkansas, Private Metters was sent to Fort Dix, New Jersey, and then on to Bamberg, Germany, during the Cold War. Berlin crisis. Years 1961 to 63 as a tank driver with additional duties as border guard on the Eastern Front between Germany and Czechoslovakia. Border guard duty on the outpost in freezing temperatures caused the water in his canteen to freeze. He received his Army honorable discharge in 1963 with the rank of Specialist 4. He returned home and served in the Army Reserves for 6 years. Awards include the National Defense Service Medal, rifle with M1 Marksman, bar, and marksman with a .30 caliber, and a Good Conduct Medal. In 1966, Bobby was employed by Texas Instruments and TI in Dallas. At TI, he was involved in space explorations, including the Mariner, Mars, and Viking projects. After 30 years with TI, Bobby retired in 1996. He was married to Sue Metters for 53 plus years. He was also a member of Shiloh Masonic Lodge 59 years and a member of Lake Fork Baptist Church. Sue Metters and serviceman's widow will light a candle in honor of all service widows, which she's already done. So Sue Metters, the widow of a United States Army veteran.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I direct your attention to the unattended table on my left. A place of honor. Dinner is set for one. It is our way of symbolizing the fact that members of our profession in arms are missing from our midst. They are commonly called MIAs, POWs. We call them family. They are unable to attend with us. We honor them by remembering. The table set for one is small, symbolizing the fragility of their existence. alone against their oppressors. Remember, the tablecloth is white, symbolizing a purity of heart when answering the country's call to arms. Remember, the black napkin reflects the sorrow of captivity. Remember, a slice of lemon is on the bread plate to remind us of their bitter fate. Remember, there is salt on the bread plate, symbolic of the families' tears as they wait for their return. Remember, the glass is inverted. They cannot toast with us this day. Remember, the chair is empty. They are not here. Remember, the candle, the white candle, reflects hope and peace. Remember, the single rose in the vase symbolizes the families and loved ones who keep the faith, awaiting their return. Remember, the red ribbon, tied so prominently on the vase, is reminiscent of the red ribbon worn upon the lapel and breast of thousands who bear witness to our unyielding determination to demand our proper accounting of our missing. Remember, once again, we remember and pay homage to loved ones, friends, and comrades in arms who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for the freedom we enjoy this day. All of you have served with them and called them your comrades, who depended upon their might and their aid and were allowed to conquer. Remember, they have not forgotten or forsaken us. Remember, lest they be forgotten. Now the Rains Intermediate Choir, led by Christian McClellan, will perform Sacrifices Made by Mike Wilson.
All they want is what you're all
This is a room full of veterans. And of course, as veterans, we understand what it's like to go to war. Okay? I want to talk about those that didn't come back. World War I, we lost 116,516 soldiers. In World War II, 405,399. Korean War, we lost 36,574. The Vietnam War, we lost 58,220. Persian Gulf was 382 deaths. Iraq-related operations was 4,605 deaths. Afghanistan-related operations was 2,459 deaths. The one I'm most concerned with today is suicide. We're losing more veterans to suicide than any other combat or training exercises. Folks, if you know a veteran, speak to them, talk to them, let them know that they're cared for, that they're important, because you don't know what they might be going through. So at this time, I'd like to ask everyone to have a moment of silence for those who didn't come back. Thank you. Thank you. Now I'd like to ask Dr. Richard Powles to come and give the benediction for the program. Dr. Powles has been a pastor at Emory Baptist Church since 2015. He's married to Christy and he has 3 daughters. All have attended or are attending Rains High School. Dr. Richard Powles.
Join me as I lead some prayer. Father, we're thankful and grateful for all that we have seen and heard today. Father, I hope and pray that all the veterans who have been recognized and celebrated this morning understand how grateful we are for them. Father, thank you that they gave so much, left home, left family, left this country, put their lives in harm's way. They did so that all those coming after them could have the freedoms that we enjoy and celebrate this morning. Father, help us never to take that for granted, because it could be gone in a moment's notice. Father, we love you. We're grateful and thankful for your love for us. We're grateful and thankful for these veterans. May you watch over and protect them. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Students, I'd just like to say something that you need to understand. Freedom is not free. It's not. And thank you for the sacrifices that we see today. And I'd like to thank you all once again for coming today. We hope that this program provides a small sense of our gratitude here at Greens High State and High School. We also feel for your bravery and service to our country. We thank you for that. And please be safe on your travels, and may God bless you.